I want to tell you a story. This is the story about how you can go from stuck in the cubicle, frustrated, to financial freedom. This channel, The Daily Real Estate Investor, is about helping you reach financial freedom so you can do the work you love. Come with me on this story, and I want to show you how this can happen for you too. So about 5 years ago, I was stuck in a cubicle at one of these big corporate jobs, making a good income, but watching the clock and miserable. I was waiting till I could hit the road to try to get home to my wife and kids, and I was frustrated. I was frustrated again that I was in another job where I felt like my creativity was being stifled, where I felt like I wasn't able to contribute in the meaningful, creative ways that I wanted to. I felt like I was in another dead-end job, basically. A job that did not have the upside and where I could not use my passions like I really wanted to. I'd read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, like many of you, and I knew there was another way of doing things. It was just nerve-wracking for me to take that jump. I'm betting if you're watching this that you empathize with those feelings. But here's the crazy part. You can do it just like I did it. You may just be a few steps back from where I am now. So let's keep going with this story. Make sure you stay till the end so you can see how this turns out and how this can turn out for you. So I decided, after my boss asked me to stay late again one night, after I had taken the job and told them I cannot stay late, I'll be the first one here every day, but I need to head home come 5 o'clock so I can see my wife and kids. My boss set me down and said, your utilization rate is over 100%. You're hitting our goals, but we need you to stay longer. We have more work to do. And I just told him, I literally can't do this anymore. I'm out. So I quit the job, told my wife, look, I don't care what kind of money I make, but I'm starting my own business and I'm getting into real estate investing. So as a licensed appraiser, I decided to hang my hat and start an appraisal business. So I got my appraisal license back in 2005, also had my real estate license as well. Once you learn things like how to value real estate, then you can find a deal. And being able to spot a deal is one of the main foundations of becoming a good real estate investor. This is what I want for everyone watching this. So I decided I was going to open up my own appraisal business. In the meantime, I made sure and had my real estate license active and was letting people know that I'm also a real estate agent. That wasn't my primary income, but that was supplemental income for me. That first year, I made $30,000 from my appraisal business and maybe sold one house, I think. That year, I got to work for myself and I was ecstatic. I also started doing the BRRRR strategy. The BRRRR strategy is a phrase coined by Brandon Turner of Bigger Pockets, a friend of mine, and the BRRRR strategy stands for buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat. Now this strategy is a revolutionary strategy for real estate investors. Why, you might ask? Well, here's why. You can take an amount of capital and you can use that capital to buy a deal. Let's say it's a distressed property. Buy the deal with your capital, you renovate the property, you get it rented, then you refinance and hopefully get most, if not all of your money back. Once you've got your money back, you've got a cash flowing rental property with 25 or more % equity in your property, and you've got your capital back to go do another deal. So you're asking probably, well, that's great, but how did you get the capital to start? Well, here's the amazing part about that. I didn't have any capital when I started. Because I had educated myself as an appraiser and as a real estate agent at the time, one of my good friends who was in sales, he came to me and he said, hey, Josiah, had a really good year in sales and I've got some extra money. I want to get into real estate investing. I know you know real estate investing. Maybe we could team up. So I said, sure, let's do it. The plan we came up with was I'll handle everything. I'll find the deal. I'll manage the contractors on the renovations. I'll manage the refinances. I'll work with all the lenders. I'll do everything. My business partner would put in the capital and I would pay him back every penny of what he put in before I ever took a dime of profit. So he was happy with this deal and this is the deal we set up. So we formed an LLC. We owned everything 50-50. He put in the initial capital and we used the BRRRR strategy. Remember, again, that's buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat. We took that capital and we turned that capital over and over and over and over. We bought properties in North Little Rock, Arkansas when we started, and we realized we're getting deals and there's meat on the bone on these deals, but we don't know about the appreciation rate in this area. So we ended up moving out and focusing on Fort Worth, Texas. Having lived in Fort Worth, Texas before, I knew that area was going to boom, and it actually did exactly what I was thinking it would do. This all happened basically 2018 to 2023. So we loaded up on BRRRR properties in Fort Worth, and then in 2020, after the market shut down from COVID, if you remember, people were scared to death to buy real estate when COVID happened. Well, directly after that, the government opened everything back up. up and started doing stimulus. Well, the stimulus drove the prices of housing through the roof. The demand for housing went up during the pandemic because people wanted their own place to live away from others, and there wasn't enough housing supply. So my business partner and I got together one day and we started looking at our portfolio. We had built up a portfolio of about 20 single family properties in Fort Worth, Texas. These were all, I would say, B-class properties in nice neighborhoods, not super nice, but nice enough, great rental properties, and they were all rented and cash flowing. Our cash flow was good, but not great, because as you know, the nicer the rental property, the lesser the cash flow you're gonna make. So we were making about $48,000 a year off all those properties, or about $200 a door per month per property. We looked and we said, okay, we're making $48,000 a year, but we've got $2 million or more in equity in this property that we built up. So we did the math, and roughly only making $50,000 on our portfolio with $2 million of equity wasn't the return on equity that we wanted. So we realized we need to unlock this equity, move this into higher cash flow properties to really be able to juice our rent and our portfolio profit. So we looked at all the different markets where we could go into the vacation rental game, and we came to the conclusion that the Pigeon Forge, Sevierville, Gatlinburg market was the market we wanted to go into. Why, you might ask? Well, it was pretty simple. We looked at how this market performed in 2008. In 2008, the vacation rental market in the Smokies just kept bumping along. A lot of areas in the country, as you know, were really struggling during the real estate crash, and the Pigeon Forge Gatlinburg market did great. So we felt like it was lower risk as compared to, say, the beach or something like that. Also, the Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge area has millions of visitors a year, and that area, its backbone is tourism. So we didn't feel like there was a chance of regulations changing and them taking away our ability to rent our property as a short-term rental. These are, after all, vacation rental cabins that were built to be short-term rentals. This isn't like a house in a single-family neighborhood in the city. So over the course of a year, we sold all those properties and did 1031 exchanges. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what a 1031 exchange is, a 1031 exchange allows you, using a 1031 exchange specialist, to earmark the profits from that sale to go into another real estate deal and defer the taxes. So the benefit is you get to take all that profit and move it to another deal. You don't have to pay taxes at that point. Speak to a 1031 specialist if you're interested in that, and also your CPA. So we 1031 all this equity into these vacation rental cabins. Now we have $16 million in vacation rental cabins, all from starting at zero with none of my own cash, my partner putting in the equity, me putting in the sweat equity. We were able to build up to $16 million in properties. And this is the craziest part. These properties are now making us $600,000 a year. That's $300,000 a partner. And we have hired one of my friends to do the property management for us. So this is as passive as you can get with something like short-term rentals. So why do I tell you all that? Well, I tell you all that to tell you that there is an out for you. You can leave that job that you don't like, and you can work for yourself. It is possible for you. And I want that for you. I want you to do the work you love. And I want you to be able to experience what I've experienced, which was escaping the rat race, being able to spend time with my friends and my family, being able to do work I love, being able to create. I've been doing my real estate investing podcast for years now. If you don't listen to that, it's the Daily Real Estate Investor Podcast. You can check it out on Spotify or Apple. And then we just started putting video out here on YouTube. So we occasionally will have podcast episodes come out on video here, but I've joined up with a good friend of mine, Tony Moreno, and he and I are putting out daily shorts on real estate investing, and we're putting out interviews with investors like myself. And we've got Brandon Turner coming up soon, got his interview coming up, and we've got some great interviews that we just did. I tell you all that to tell you this. I would like for you to take this journey with me as I continue to grow my real estate investing business, and as you continue to grow your real estate investing business. I am obsessed with creating value for you. I want you to win. I want you to become financially free. I want to help 1 million or more people. And that includes people become financially free. That includes people get out of poverty. That includes educating people who aren't being able to go to school, helping the sick, helping the widows, helping the orphans, building churches. I want to change the world, and I want to use my businesses and my business skills to help others. And I want to make great businesses in the process. I want to make money, use that money to have great experiences with my life and use that money to help others build their lives and do what they were called to do. So all that to say, join me in this journey, subscribe to this channel, track along with these daily videos that are coming out, and I will do my dead level best to add value to you. We're gonna have some events, we're gonna have some get-togethers where we can all get to know one another. We're gonna build this community, and together we can reach financial freedom, all of us, and do the work that we love and that we were created to do, that God put us on this earth to do. I'll tell you this from the bottom of my heart. I love you and I want what's best for you. Make sure and subscribe to this channel, like this video. If you made it this far, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.